Tips for a natural birth. One of the most important things that people always ask is, how do I have a natural birth? What are some natural pain coping techniques I can use? So part of my prenatal class that I teach is that I want to understand the physiology of the uterus and what happens in labor and the hormones involved. And of course, hormones are related to emotions. So it's very, very important to understand how your emotions affect what happens in labor. And so for pain coping techniques, what you want to understand is that the uterus is a huge, powerful muscle. It's the strongest muscle in the human body. And at the peak of labor, it's powerfully squeezing and tightening and pulling up the muscles of the cervix. So if you think about it, it's a muscle, right? And so when you are relaxed and the muscle is able to work properly, but when you are tightening all the muscles surrounding the uterus, it creates resistance, and that actually creates pain. So the tension and resistance to the contraction will actually make the contractions feel more painful. So a lot of people ask me because they're like, oh, I don't know if I have a high pain threshold. It's not about pain thresholds. It's about how much you're able to relax when you're having contractions. So the more relaxed you're able to be, the less painful labor will feel. And the more stressed and tense and tight and like afraid you are, the more you tense everything up, the more you're holding your breath, the more you're resisting the contraction, the more painful it is. And I don't mean just a little bit more painful, I mean significantly more painful. So I've had women who call me, even in early labor or the beginning of active labor, and they're like, oh, I'm in so much pain, this is so unbearable. And then I just do a simple releasing and breathing exercise with them, which I can teach you now. And it's just breathing in and breathing out and then relax every muscle in your body. Let all the tension go. So you can do this in between the contractions and when the contraction begins, because the contraction feels like a wave. So when the wave begins, you take a deep cleansing breath and then let everything go. Relaxing your head, your shoulders, your tummy, your pelvic floor, your legs. And just keep breathing out all the tension throughout the contraction. Just keep breathing out the tension, breathing out the tension. And women have said, like, oh my gosh, night and day, the pain is gone. You can actually get rid of 90% of the pain just by breathing out and relaxing the muscles surrounding the uterus. So there's your natural labor tip of the day. I hope that helps you. And for more education on natural birth and emotional well-being for moms, you can go to New Earth Mama Baby, and I'm Karina Danu. Reach out if you have any questions.